What does that sound?
That was my keyboard, sorry.
What are you doing?
That was my keyboard, sorry.
Stop making so much noise, Andreas. What's up, everybody? How you doing? It's the Crigler Show. I am your host, Adam Crigler, and with me today, I have Andreas Xirtus.
Not since the good old days have I seen you. Not since we parted ways have I seen you.
Andreas, how you doing, man?
Oh, it's been a while.
Did you miss me? Do you miss me?
I was about to say. I sang about it.
I don't miss that house. I don't miss that house.
That.
I'll be honest.
Life is like that.
I mean, I'm so happy with what I've got and what I'm doing. It's like I wasn't happy there. I'll be honest. I wasn't happy with my situation. I'm so happy now that I've moved on. So,
well, I've been searching a lot for Hollow Earth and caves. So you know where I'm at with the whole idea.
Hollow Earth and caves. What are you doing with that?
Same thing as you. Just trying to find a place that's a little different than here. But it looks like there's like extremophiles that live in these giant subterranean seas.
So is that where you're trying to find? You're trying to find a spot down in some cave?
I bet you there's a lot of like the Telos and Atlantis and Agartha. There's probably like all kinds of great things underground. But at the very least,
Atlantis isn't underground.
Or I mean, according to like the Journey to the Center, Jules Verne, they find Atlantis in the Hollow Earth, right? But they call it Agartha for the Buddhists, and then they call it Telos under Mount Shasta. A bunch of people think that Mount Shasta has a tunnel system to the entrance to the Hollow Earth, but last couple of days they've been saying they found subterranean lakes. Last couple of years, ground penetrating radar and NPR and BBC has shown subterranean oceans that are bigger than the oceans. So
I feel, you know what? I did see that one article that you sent me. Or you sent me a few, but I only was really digging into the one. But I feel like that's a segment that we should do another time. Like we'll
have to jump on that sometime. It's
we gotta dig into that.
Just found out about, but it's pretty cool, So
a lot of people in chat are saying, "Whoa, Andreas, long time. What's good,
dude? Missed you guys. It's been a while. What can I say?"
It's good to have you back on the show. Today we're going to be talking about Jeff Bezos going to space. But I don't really care about Jeff Bezos going to space. I care about two people. The youngest person to go to space. I mean, he just got lucky. He's got rich family. I think that's really the case. But the most important thing is the oldest person to ever go to space, Wally Funk. All right. This woman is amazing. All right. She should have been in space so many times throughout the years. She was in the beginning of the space race to the newest space race. There's this new space race. I don't know if you know about it. Got a bunch of billionaires are basically fighting it. Richard Branson basically beat Bezos into space, and Bezos made it clear that he went higher than him today. I'll get into it, but mostly Wally Funk. I'm really happy that she was able to get into space. I got a whole story about her, and she absolutely deserved to get up there. It was awesome. So we're going to talk about her, because she's an incredible pilot. Okay, then we're going to be talking about Larry Elder. So I don't know if you know, Gavin Newsom is being recalled. Do you know about this? California. You're from California. Do you like Gavin Newsom?
I like that he's being recalled. I mean,
there we go. Okay, me too. And so Larry Elder, I heard that he was running for governor, and I was like, yes, Larry Elder is awesome. Like, dude is every single thing that guy is talking about and bringing to light. I'm like, I'm with it. I dig it. So I really like Larry Elder. I think he was the best choice and is the best choice to be the governor of California. And he would help California a lot if he became governor. And they denied his, I'll get into it. He got denied. All right. And he's not going down without a fight. And we'll get into it. I got a lot more details to go into when we get to the segment. But then I want to talk about Black Rifle Coffee. So I thought that I didn't want to say that they were like, a competitor, which, let's be real. They're a competitor. I have a coffee business, Crigler Coffee.
It's us or them. I get it.
Look, I love my coffee. I actually have tried Black Rifle Coffee. It's not bad. I enjoyed the few bags that I did get. They were very American last year. They had an awesome July 4th push, and then some. They just they kind of shot themselves in the foot a couple times, a while back with Kyle Rittenhouse, and then more recently. And I've got some details on it. I'm going to get into it and talk about it because it's kind of, I was kind of shocked to see the things that they've said. So we're going to get into it. So, but before we do, please go follow me over on Odyssey here, Odyssee. It's really easy. You just type the Crigler Show and you can find me there. Also, please go follow Crigler Coffee Instagram. This is Frode. He is our mascot, the monkey. Of course, our newest is Quarter Black Carrot. He says, I mean, if you need coffee, there's always Crigler Coffee. I love that. He was basically giving me an ad just because he wanted to support. But we are at 900 followers. I just would love to get to 1,000. That would be super epic. And we also have a monthly contest going forward. If you see this monkey, somebody already won, and he's decided that he is going to Chernobyl. So my mom actually drew this. Andreas, I knew you were probably going to like this. So he's going.
I'm really getting into it. Yeah.
So he's going to Chernobyl. My mom's drawing him in Chernobyl, and we're going to post it sometime in August. We're not going to tell. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to announce it. I announced the first one, but sometime in August we're gonna post him in Chernobyl, and you have to post where you want him to go next, and we're going to pick a winner, and the winner gets a bag of coffee. So we're going to be giving out a bag of coffee every month via the Instagram, and you get to choose where Frode the Monkey goes next. So it's kind of a cool way to just interact. You guys can come and win a bag of coffee, which of course I have my coffee blend. There's the Kofifi. My preferred is, of course, the Catalyst. That's my jam. But we have a few different blends that you can pick and choose from. So, yeah, definitely check that out. But please go follow us on Instagram, Crigler Coffee, and for a chance you can win every month. It's going to be fun.
Epic.
All right, let's talk about Blue Origin. Now, that, of course, is Jeff Bezos's space company that he has been planning for a long time. They have been working on this rocket for a long, long time. So there was basically absolutely no worries. I mean, he flew to space. This is the richest man on the planet. I mean, richest one man. I mean, there's families that are richer because they split the money. I'm not going to name any names. I know you probably know who I'm talking about.
I did nothing. What?
Yeah, but I know you know who I'm talking about. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. But this dude, I mean, he's the richest person on the planet right now that we know of, and he flew on a rocket into space. It's dangerous. It's not a safe thing. You could blow up. The parachutes can, whatever, anything can happen. Like there could be a seal break and whatever. I don't know. They didn't even wear helmets. None of them wore helmets. It's kind of weird, actually, that they didn't wear helmets. I'm kind of
suspicious, right? It makes you kind of wonder. I hate to be like, okay, is it fake? Blah blah blah. But like, what's up with that no helmet thing? Because if you're in a rocket ship, and we talked about this before, and like it's the amount of vibration, the perturbation should be making you deaf. You shouldn't literally be able to hear without crazy amounts of protection. So
that's a good point.
Seems really weird. I'm not saying I don't believe everything that Jeff Bezos says to me immediately at face value, but that is really weird. And then, he spent last time we talked about how he got that grant for $9 billion or $10 billion, right? Well, what did he do?
Stupid.
Like the very next day, he bought MGM.
He bought MGM for $8 billion.
Yeah, 845. So I feel like we see what's really going on here is something other than what they're showing us, or maybe that's a metaphor for what's going on.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting too, because when they got into space, when they actually got to space, they unlatched their stuff and floated around for a couple minutes without helmets on, and then had to restrap themselves in for re-entry. So it's like, isn't that dangerous? Don't you think? I mean, they could have. Well, there was an 82-year-old woman. Granted, she was absolutely the most experienced of them all. Probably could outperform any of them on flying anything, because this woman has. Well, hold on, I gotta get the statistic right because she is fantastic. Like 19,000 hours. Hold on, 19,600 flying hours. 19,600 flying hours.
What is it that
by the way?
But what are they doing? So Wally's up there in the same, like, in their, they have those like planes that fly high enough and then they free fall so that you feel like you're in space. That thing.
But those don't. That's not really going into space.
So you're telling me that they went into the Van Allen belt, very low frequency radiation belt, without helmets, with an old lady. I mean, it seems like if they really did what they're saying, that's horrible. It sounds like they're the worst possible people because they're torturing people.
Well, that's to say that the capsule wasn't, had natural defenses against radiation.
Natural defense? I mean, what are we talking about here? We're talking about nuclear...
Natural, just some sort of defense. I mean, the people that live in the space station, like, they are at danger of having radiation, aren't they?
Tell me about it. Yeah, so the twin astronaut and his brother have very different DNA now because they have mutated in different ways in space.
Interesting.
They've done sequencing. It makes me kind of wonder.
Where do you find that information? Where do you find that? Because I saw the documentary on that, and that's really interesting. I want to know more about that.
I mean, I would just have to go DuckDuckGo and start looking for it. I'll find a link and we'll put it into the Discord. Adams Family. I know I trust the Adams Family to find it.
True that. Gotta love the Adams Family.
But also, like, with that area of space, you have so many nuclear tests that have happened, and the radiation doesn't just disappear all the time. A lot of it, because of radio, is being bounced up into this zone above the ELF called the VLF, very low frequency band. And so this is like a band around the Van Allen belt that just has not just like high radiation from microwaves, but also that's bouncing up nuclear radiation. So we're going through a band that's a man-made nuclear radiation belt in the last 100 years. I mean, space travel is more dangerous today than it was when we first started because of all the mistakes we've made. So
interesting.
It makes me wonder a bit about, Blue Origin's whole narrative.
Well, I mean, they went out. Jeff Bezos and Blue Origin's first passengers revel in their launch to space. This is from space.com. Here's them all before they take off. This
Wally
is the youngest
awesome.
Man. with his hat here, or
what? No, not Jeff. Wally. I'm saying the lady. The little lady.
Look at her smile.
Wally Funk, dude. She's so cool.
She's got the best smile ever. Look at this.
She just seems like down to party. I want to hang out.
Hold on. Where is her site? Here we go. This is her website. Welcome to Wally Funk's online world. Look at the smile. This woman is amazing.
Is that her attitude? Hand symbolism, or what's she doing there?
Maybe she's flying. Dual flying hands.
I dig it. She's trying to dress like that pilot.
Maybe. I mean, she is a pilot. This woman is probably the most decorated pilot in America. I mean, one of. Anyway, let's. This is just a little breakdown about them talking about what they went through. Because of onboard microphones and the new Shepard capsule, we got a taste of the crew's experience before they even got home from their flight, which lasted a little over 10 minutes. With bits of audio while bits of audio were audible once they reached space, the flight traveled above the Kármán line. They had to say that. It traveled above the Kármán line. See, Richard Branson's company, Virgin Galactic, went to the Kármán line and just over and then back down. So they went above the Kármán line. They wanted to make sure. Because hold on, where is this tweet? Here it is. Look, the capsule just reached the apogee. Our crew is now experiencing life-changing views of Earth from above the Kármán line. And I just tweeted, I was like, Bezos really wants Richard Branson to know he flew higher than him. Because they got this like crazy back and forth going on. That they're fighting it.
Dude, insecurities power the human race to achieve.
True that. Let's see here. As the new astronauts floated without gravity, a male voice asked, "Is it everything you thought it would be?" As Funk exclaimed, "Fantastic!" And the crew looked out the window. Here she is. She is chatting about the different experiences After landing back on Earth, however, the crew had many more thoughts to share and didn't necessarily need many words to do so. Jeff Bezos started his remarks by thanking the Blue Origin team, the town of Van Horn, where the company's built its West Texas launch site, and both the workers and supporters of his company, Amazon. In fact, he straight up said, "Thanks for all the consumers from Amazon. You pay for this." He said that. It's like, oh, a lot of people were like, "That's it. I'm not supporting Amazon anymore."
But he's out. He's out.
Yes, you are.
But he's out of Amazon. So what's it even matter? Right?
He's stepping down as the CEO.
Yeah. So now he's got all the money from it regardless.
Dude, he's still got his shares.
Yeah, but it's better. So because his divorce, because you couldn't break your shares, but because of a divorce, he had to break his shares. So now he's got. Well, I feel like it's like real horrible crying all the way to the bank. You know what I mean? Like he had to break his shares. Yeah. Now he's got all this
by the government.
Yeah. Now he's got all this money, not just shares. His money. He had money. He had to get out of breaking down the shares. So he's in a whole different position than he was when he was forced to care about a service economy future that the Bilderberg Group wanted him to install with Amazon. Now he wants to do the next thing, All
right. So it goes, this article is a bunch of quotes from Bezos, but as Mark Robershaw would say, F Bezos. That's a free one, Robershaw. That's for you. Anyway, I want to talk about Wally Funk. This woman is amazing and she deserves the spotlight, because she has been through so much, and there's an incredible, this is an expose or an essay, whatever. It's on Wally Funk. She's defying gravity and 60 years of exclusion from space. It's true. She was excluded from space. When I read this, I was like, man, they totally screwed her.
And so many times. She comes from like Roswell, right? Isn't she like from Roswell?
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly where she's from.
She's from Taos. She's from Taos, New Mexico. I looked it up just
from Taos, New Mexico. Okay.
Yeah. So basically,
is that close? I mean, it's in New Mexico, right? Area 51.
Pretty close. Yeah, it's pretty close.
All right. So Miss Funk is one of the few people who has directly participated in both eras of human spaceflight so far. The one that started as an urgent race between rival nations, and the one that we are now transitioning into, in which private companies and the billionaires who finance them are in a fierce competition for customers, comeuppance, and contracts. That she was ultimately excluded from the first phase because she is a woman, and will now be included in the next one. Also highlights difficult questions of whom space is for. All right. Okay, wait a minute. That's a slap on now instead of on the past. It's like, is the past, right? We're now in a new era. Plenty of women have gone to space. I mean,
but she was involved with the earliest program.
Come on, it's New York Times. I got it. I mean,
but she was in the Mercury 13 and Mercury 7 programs are what, like 54 or something like that. It's a lot longer before we were doing modern space stuff.
She started in like 1960 or something. What gets into it, but. I mean, it just goes to show where they're really trying to convince people that the world is capitalism's bad, down with the patriarchy, white people are racist. I'm just these kind of things irk me, so I'm gonna move on and let it go. Anyway, her path to space arguably begins with a ski accident in 1956 that crushed 2 of her vertebrae. She has 2 crushed vertebrae, or she had. She was told she would never walk again. By age 17, she already had a history of greeting "you can't" with a defiant proof that she could. As she was recovering, a guidance counselor suggested that she take aviation classes to distract her. In the book Promised the Moon by Stephanie Nolan, Miss Funk said that during her first flight up in a Cessna 172, the bug bit, and that was it. Now, a Cessna is just one of these single prop planes that you see all the time flying over. There's just small prop planes. A lot of people fly them around. They're the dusters and whatnot. That year, she soloed and had her pilot's license at 17. So she got her pilot's license at 17 in 1956. Mrs. Funk flew at every opportunity, including sneaking out of a formal dance to go flying, night flying. In all, she had logged over 19,600 flying hours and taught more than 3,000 people to fly. That is amazing. I'm jealous. I wanted to be a fighter pilot when I was a child. Like, that was my dream, and I'm colorblind, so I wasn't able to, so it was really devastating for me. Now, I know things have changed nowadays. People tell me all the time, like, oh, you can still, it's not really in the cards for me anymore. But it's amazing. 19,000 hours. Like, if they say 10,000 hours to master something, she's almost doubled that.
And I was looking over her wiki. She did like sensory deprivation tanks with records. She's like pretty intense.
She's probably, as I was saying before, she's one of the most decorated pilots in America. Like, this woman's a boss. In her senior year of college, when she earned a trophy recognizing her as the outstanding pilot, her senior year of college, she was the most outstanding pilot. The airport manager gave it to her, said, "Mark my words, if ever a woman flies into space, it will be Wally or one of her students." And here she is here with this never-ending smile on her face, and she has an incredible attitude, and it sheds a little light on it.
Pants are wild.
You would rock those pants, dude. I totally see you rocking those pants.
Pretty exciting.
When she was 21, it looked like it might happen. She saw an article in Life magazine with a photo of a woman floating in an isolation tank under the headline, "Damp Prelude to Space." And she immediately sent letters off to this woman, the doctors in the article, and the hospital that had run the test. "I am most interested in these tests to become an astronaut. This has been ever since I learned to fly," she wrote in a letter to Dr. William Lovelace. Excuse me. In 1961, 3 years before Jeff Bezos was born, Ms. Funk and 12 other women went through testing as part of the Women in Space program. The test had been designed by Dr. Lovelace for the Mercury astronauts. He wanted to put women through the same test to see if they would be good candidates for space. They weren't taking anyone under 24, but they took Miss Funk. The range of tests include having ice water pumped into their ears to induce vertigo and being placed inside a sensory deprivation tank. Miss Funk was in the tank for over 10 hours when the researchers finally brought her out because they wanted to go home. She had fallen asleep. She was like, "I can handle this." Woman's a boss. Across the board, the women who passed that initial round of testing did as well or better than their male counterparts. And of that group, Miss Funk excelled. All these women were pilots who had logged hundreds or thousands of flight hours, in some cases more than the men who were selected for the astronaut program. None of these women have gone into space. The U.S. government shut down the Women in Space program just as the Cold War race was heating up. While Valentina Tereshkova went to space for the Soviet Union in 1963, NASA would not fly an American woman to orbit until 1983. When you hear about these women today, they are often called the Mercury 13, but they called themselves the Flats, First Lady Astronaut Trainees. The story of the Flats wasn't widely known until fairly recently, but among women and non-binary people working in the... Wait, really? I'm sorry, I was just caught off guard by them throwing that in there. Really? All right.
That's so funny that she opened the door for non-binary people. I didn't see.
Yeah, there it is. Working in the study of space, the account of Miss Funk and her cohort struggling to become astronauts and being blocked because of their gender has resonated. Well, non-binary, don't they not have gender? So why would that make any sense for them to feel included in that?
Because they're not white males, bro.
Oh, okay, there it is. All right. Some of these women see Miss Funk as a personal hero who broke down gender barriers, and they hope she will again become an example to women and girls. I hope so, because she really has an amazing attitude on what happens. Seeing her, there's a couple people quoting whatever. Miss Funk said that when she learned that the program was canceled, she wasn't discouraged. "I was young and I was happy. I just believed it would come," she said. "If not today, then in a couple of months." She applied to NASA twice in 1962 for the Gemini missions and again in 1966. Over the years, she applied 4 times to be an astronaut and was turned down because she'd never gotten an engineering degree. By contrast, the astronaut John Glenn was selected for the Mercury program. He also did not have an engineering degree, nor did Oliver Damon, the 18-year-old high school graduate who will be riding with her. And this is, where is he? There he is. Here he is here. This is Oliver Damon. Became the youngest person to visit. And this guy's actually really lucky because Bezos, he had an auction for that seat that Oliver took. And I think it reached something like 25, 27, 29. I don't know exactly remember. It was over 20 million, under $30 million. An insane amount of money for that seat. And the person stepped back. It was a secret auction. The person didn't reveal their name, but they said, "I'm good. I don't want to do it anymore." And it went to the second person who was second, and that was this guy's family, Oliver's family, and they gave it to him. I think it was his parents, and they gave it to his son to become the youngest human ever to go to space, which is amazing. I'm not jealous at all. I'm lying. I am very jealous. I want to go to space one day.
$20 million for your kid to go to space?
Yeah.
That seems crazy, right? Like the first rocket too. Like you don't even know if it's going to work. Like you could spend $20 million to watch your kid die. Like it's just a lot.
It's not the first rocket they went through testing after testing. Like they went nuts with the testing for that rocket. I don't have all the details, but I follow Everyday Astronaut. Dude's amazing. His name's Tim. He's always on top of every SpaceX launch, Blue Origin launch. He's just very informed as far as everything space. You should check him out. Everyday Astronaut. He's great.
I guess movies cost like $300 million, so $100 million, $20 million is just, that's probably what they were going to spend that year investing in like the new Spider-Man.
I mean, these people out there there's so many. I mean, there's like 9 new billionaires because of, I'll just say big pharma to avoid a certain subject. All right, but
late stage capitalism. That's what it is.
Yeah, there we go. Miss Funk has spent the past 60 years trying to find another way into space. I was brought up that when things don't work out, you go to your alternative. Dude, this woman is so awesome. I just love her attitude and her smile. And she got to go to space. So happy for her. She purchased the ticket on the Virgin Galactic in 2010 for $200,000, hoping it would finally get her into space. But they actually they ended that program because of a crash in 2015. I think they actually started up again. I'm not sure, but they basically canceled that specific program, so she wasn't able to go with them. But she finally made it out there, and I'm just so happy for her. And here is the spacecraft that they flew in. Now, in comparison, this is the SpaceX. This is not the Dragon capsule. This just looks like one of their storage capsules where they bring up stuff for the International Space Station. But you can see the size compared to the Blue Origin.
Tiny PP energy.
Did you like that?
I love that.
The reason why is because the whole space race between here we got Virgin Galactic, which is Branson. These are all the 3 top billionaires basically competing to get into space. We got Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin, and then of course SpaceX with the Dragon capsule with his Elon Musk. And I just thought that was kind of funny that this is from Everyday Astronaut. Also, he had some great graphs to show just the size, and it just made me think. I mean, it's rather phallic. I mean,
if it's uncomfortable, like who thinks that's going to bring a girl to the moon? If it's uncomfortable to rub it underneath your nose, I think Dr. Lee said.
Yeah. It's funny. So anyway, Wally, a message to you. I'm grateful that you finally got to go to space. You deserve it. I feel like we've reached a new time in life where
it's a brutal
women.
segue.
I mean, what women are getting their? I see what you're saying. I didn't mean it. Look, we got to talk about Bezos. Yeah, sure, Bezos made it happen for her, and it's like, I gotta say, this is actually something pretty cool.
Credit's due. Yeah.
Bezos brought her into space. All right, we got to give him credit. Robert Shaw, you agree with me? Come on, you got to admit it. Bezos did it something good.
I just want to make a TV show about it now. I think Golden Girl astronaut movie would be like cute. You know what I mean? Like, they're finally letting me go to space, Mom. Yeah. Like it'd be like so fun. Like,
dude, she's so energetic. Just like when she was talking about the experience after the fact, she just got such a good demeanor, and you could tell that she really truly believed she was going to make it to space, and she did. And I'm just really happy for you, Wally. Congratulations. And also Oliver, I mean, congratulations, man. You got to go to space, and you are now the youngest human being to ever go to space. That's really cool. And for those who don't know, it was Jeff Bezos and his brother Mark were the other 2 passengers. There was 4 passengers total. And there was no pilot. It was fully autonomous. The thing went up on its own and landed on its own. It's pretty cool. So that's it. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about Larry Elder. You know who Larry Elder is?
Larry Elder. What's that guy again?
Okay. Larry Elder is right.
The libertarian.
Yeah, libertarian, conservative. He actually made the documentary Uncle Tom, which is an incredible story about Black Americans rising out of slavery and being conservatives, and it's really an incredible documentary. If you haven't seen it, I definitely suggest you go check it out. But Larry Elder put it together, and he's just a really amazing speaker. He's man, everything that comes out of his mouth, I tend to agree with. I don't want to say everything because I haven't heard everything he said, but I mean, he tends to be on the side of logic, which is where I tend to lean towards logic. I don't like when people make emotional decisions, and it feels like a lot of the world is making emotional decisions, and that's part of the problem that we're in. And he has been pushing for, we've got a country to save. Now he's switched gears to say we've got a state to save, and he is going to. I think he came out like a month ago. Larry Elder for governor, because Gavin Newsom is having a recall election. The signatures, they had enough signatures that went through, so Gavin Newsom is getting recalled. Well, he's having a recall election. Which of course is going to there's going to be another election next year anyway. But
fingers.
I mean, conservatives were, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? And then Caitlyn Jenner came out and was like, I want to do this.
Better than nothing. California, that'll work. We'll take a look
at it. I mean, and I was like, okay. Yeah, if we can get Larry, for sure. I mean, when Caitlyn Jenner announced running, I was like, all right, like, what's your policies? And
that's the real only question you should ask.
Yeah, what's your policies? Like, all right, well, whatever. Like, aside from like the obvious, reason you've been in the spotlight recently, like, why would you be a good governor? And everything I heard, I was like, all right, it's not bad. It's not bad. Okay. Until she got to trans sports, which I completely disagree with her. She was like, I'm totally with the LGBT community on trans women should compete in trans sports. I don't agree. That's just my opinion on the matter, and we'll leave it at that. Yeah, it feels like you can't even have a differing opinion nowadays, which is really sad. But I think
handsome is the lead chairman of China, Xi Jinping. I mean, he's handsome, right?
What? Winnie the Pooh? Are you talking about Winnie the Pooh right now?
Calm down. I was trying to say things we were allowed to say.
Yeah, that's
we're allowed to say that Biden looked really dreamy today.
Okay. Anyway, Larry Elder, I was like, man, I would love to have a real conservative help save California, because
he runs the Salem Media Group, which is.
I'm sorry, Caitlyn Jenner is not a conservative if that's what she's preaching. Like, I feel like women's sports is getting demolished by men, and that I might get hate from that. I don't care. That's my opinion on the matter. Well, Larry Elder comes in hot, goes, I'm running for governor. I'm like, all right, now this is someone that I can get behind. And here is his website, electelder.com. And it's this is just his website if you want to check him out. And let's check out his bio. California's next governor. Look at that smile. Let's see. Larry Elder, the sage from South Central, is a nationally syndicated radio host and newspaper columnist, best-selling author, award-winning documentary filmmaker, and one of the best-known media figures in America today. His flagship daily radio program, The Larry Elder Show, is heard every weekday in all 50 states on more than 300 stations. Elder's unique style, personal background, and professional experience combine to inspire, inform, and persuade his listeners, readers, and viewers to embrace the timeless American principles of personal responsibility and public accountability. Okay, wait. I gotta just say, that's huge. Right there, right off the bat, I love that. What happened to personal responsibility and public accountability? Like those two things, like, what happened to that? What, right?
I mean, yeah, he started out like as a janitor. He didn't get through like fancy schooling, to like become, some leader like of people. He just took responsibility to the point that people kept handing him responsibility. It looks like he seems like a pretty good son. I mean, yeah, and I know he does shows through Camarillo, where my family was from, on the Salem group. So he's associated with some spirituality, which is also pretty cool.
Interesting. I didn't know that. He's saying, I'm running for governor because the decline of California isn't the fault of its people. Nailed it. I know some amazing people in California. In fact, some of my favorite people I know live in California, and they are so sad at the state of California right now. And I don't blame them. And even my lefty people that I know, I don't even want to say friends, because they were insanely just terrible to me when I announced that I was voting for Trump last year. But it doesn't matter. Even my leftist associates can't stand Gavin Newsom. Nobody can stand Gavin Newsom. You yourself are from California, and you're happy to see him go.
He's dangerous. It's like a RoboCop corruption mafia futurism, and like it organized crime running California. It's not healthy for everybody.
Interesting. You should say that, because check this out. Larry Elder not listed on California recall candidate roster.
Oh boy.
Huh. July 12th. So not even a month ago. It's a little over a month ago. He said that it is a couple weeks. No, 8 days. It's only been a week. Gosh, all right. I don't have a schedule basically right now.
Time is out the window. Use the
space-time continuum is totally loopy for me right now. But this shocked me. I was like, how is this guy? He's the front runner. Look at this. Where is it? OAN did just a poll out of 10,000 votes. OAN obviously tends to lean more Republican. 61% wanted Larry Elder. 25% for Caitlyn Jenner, then John Cox and Kevin Faulconer, which is, it is what it is. And this article goes on to explain all the different people that are actually going, because there's a bunch of people that are actually going for it. But I want to know
what they do every time. Sorry,
I want to know about why they go on to say they don't know why Larry didn't. What happened with Larry Elder?
This is what they do every time. Do you remember Ross Perot? I don't know how old I am.
You don't know? I know Ross Perot, of course.
Remember, they're having the debates without me. They're like doing his hair and they're locking the doors. This is what they do every time. And the thing is, now you've got Disney bought 20th Century Fox, and they're getting their hands into Murdoch. Murdoch's got in, he got in with Vice 10%. Then Disney bought into Vice. So Disney owns CNN, Vice, and they're working on controlling Fox completely. We had Veritas a few days ago. Ivory Hecker, the girl on Fox, who was like, they're doing. She's been over here. She's a great girl. She was talking about how she went on Veritas, and Fox was producing it, so she couldn't talk about it. And Fox shut her down while she was talking, and then turned the stage back on for broadcast when she went back off the stage. She mentioned Murdoch's name. So these are names of families. The whole thing. It's the same story that we're having here is happening for Fox and CNN and everybody else.
So I was like, why? Why did they? What is the reasoning?
Because he's not a promoted.
No, that's the obvious, dude. That's obviously we know
they don't own you. If they don't own you, then you're not going to be promoted.
obviously we know that he's an issue for them. They can't have him in the race because he can win. Because people are sick of California becoming like a homeless land and people pooping on the streets and tossing trash everywhere and doing drugs and beating people up. Like Venice Beach used to be one of my favorite hangs. I used to ride for Arbor Skateboards, which is based in Venice, and someone just got they had to hire security. The Venice store had to hire security. The security guard got cut. Someone slashed him across the face defending someone else. Dude had to go to the hospital. Like Venice is a crazy place. Yeah. But Larry Elder, so now I'm trying to figure out like what's going on with Larry Elder. So of course I was like, I'm sure Larry is gonna explain it. And he did. So he does these like robe sessions, robe ragers. That's and rad. I'll be honest, you say it's rad. I'll be honest, it's a little weird. All right,
it's a little weird. I like weird. Weird's in. We should have him in a sauna doing an interview.
I know that you like weird because you're kind of weird yourself.
Hey, he's running for governor of California. Remember?
Look, I like that about you, that you're weird and you like weird.
He's appealing to his demographic, California.
I mean, yeah, all right. It's it just feels a little. What is it? I don't know. I don't want to say
competitive with Playboy. He's like, look, I can be in a robe right now.
All right. Well, anyway, he has these posts on his Instagram where he sits in a robe on what I can only assume is like his front porch, whatever. He looks like he lives in the hills of like Malibu or North Hollywood. But he is explaining here. Now I don't want to play it because I don't know if I can or whatever. But he basically says there's a list of that there was an obscure rule that that California changed the laws to prevent Trump from being on the ballot a while back. And it has to do with submitting income tax reports and all this other stuff. And there's all these boxes that are that have to be checked, and all of them are checked except one where they claim that that there was information that should have been redacted that wasn't redacted, and that there was information that was redacted that shouldn't have been redacted. But he sent in all the right information, but they're saying that
what kind of information need to be redacted?
He according to his, actually I have another article that he posted. Hold on, let me get to it. Where is it? Oh my gosh, where is this article? Here it is. All right, check this one out. In this article, California tries to toss conservative candidate from governor's recall election. It says claims tax form redactions were incorrect. So they were just saying like, oh, there's a spelling error. And that's what I've gathered from this. There's oh man.
Shady. So in other words, he did everything right, and they just said that they couldn't read it properly through the machine. It's like a machine's error, so it's nobody's fault. And then okay.
Dude, they don't want him to run.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
They don't want his name on the bill.
They're definitely worried that Larry Elder would ruin their plans. Same with Trump. Trump ruined their plans for 4 years.
The thing is, in California, though, because it's a Democratic-run state for so long, like for them, and there's huge cities. For the most part, it doesn't matter who votes for anybody because that's not what counts. Like you will find post offices full of just rooms, boxes to the ceiling full of ballots. Like because there's millions of people beyond which are illegal people, or or non-citizen people that are allowed to vote, undocumented workers, right? And then you've got every city. This happened last time in Santa Clara County where they were like waiting and they all of a sudden dropped off. And they're like, wait a second, the votes haven't even happened yet. Why do you have all of these ballots already filled out? So they know people's names too.
Ooh, yeah, those are some big allegations you're talking about right now. Andreas.
Kim was it Kim's son or Kim Soon Lee, like in Orange County, was the Korean Republican Korean American Republican business candidate. She ran, she won, had it taken from her because they had false ballots. They knew that they needed to consolidate power on the West Coast when Trump won. They being Dr. They from X-Files. But
dude, I mean, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if California just went red because everyone's so just sick. I
Well, it
mean,
is red. It's red except for along
honestly,
the coast.
if you're not
Even
fed
there.
up with the American system as it is, like the Democrat-run cities, I mean, look at Chicago. Mayor Lightfoot, I mean, people are dying every weekend, every week, every day in Chicago, and she goes, "You can't criticize me because that's misogynistic and racist."
There's
99% of my criticism is from that. It's like, get out of here, woman. You're a terrible mayor. You don't care about the people.
That's the thing. There's enough homeless people in California because there's not enough pets for enough pet causes that you'll always have a Marxist 51%. Displace some sort of a pet cause 51% that will displace landowning multi-generational families, and that's how California was conquered, right? Because there were people there that cared about it, but it's been overrun on purpose, and then people can't. You have really nice families, like where we have a woman who cleans banks and she lives in a van with her 3 kids because you can't afford to live in lots of places. So it just really, California has become the dystopic sci-fi film from the 80s that it always said it would be.
That's really sad. It's really sad. And I think this is an absolute shame of what they're doing to Larry Elder. So I'm going to bring back his website right now because I want everyone, if you're in California, go help Larry. I honestly, I don't live in California. I wouldn't live in California right now. But California is one of the more beautiful states in America. It is. It's a beautiful place. Like the redwood forests, incredible. The water, the oceans, the Santa Barbara rock cliffs are just California's got a lot of beautiful.
It's like Pocahontas, man. There's just,
it's just a beautiful place, but man, they are absolutely ruining it. So please go support Larry Elder. Good luck, Larry. And he has officially gone to court now. He's bringing them all to court for basically doing him dirty because they did everything correct as per Larry Elder, as what he said. So good luck, Larry. All right, let's talk about coffee. Ooh, coffee. Crigler coffee. Hey yo.
Look, there he is. That mug made it all the way. Oh no.
Yeah, it's empty. I would have loved to take a sip right now because I love my coffee. But why did I just? Oh no, my white balance just went out.
Crazy. There it is. Wow.
Wow, nice. That's all I got to do is just hold my mug next to my face. Yeah. I love that. All right, so Black Rifle Coffee. You ever try it? You ever hear of them?
They support veterans, right? Is the
specific? Not all veterans. Depends on their viewpoint.
Oh, okay. So it's hardcore trans veterans.
Oh my gosh, it is insane. All right, so I was getting tagged a lot recently, and I was wondering why. And I'm like, why am I getting so many people were tagging me like F Black Rifle, I'm going to get Crigler coffee. And it's like, it happened over the past couple days. I'm like, I've been getting tagged on Twitter a lot. I'm like,
oh, that's good.
Okay. I'm like, all right, what's going on?
What did they do?
Like, what's happening? So it was a New York Times article. Okay. And I saw Andy No posted something, and it's this I keep going to my StreamYard or my Stream Deck. All right, so it's this New York Times article, and it's the executive behind Black Rifle Coffee, a coffee and lifestyle brand hugely popular with conservatives, have some choice words to describe part of its customer base. This is crazy. And he goes, you can't let sections of your customers hijack your brand and say, this is who you are, Best told me. It's like, no, we define that. All right, you know what? All right, I agree with him, but it continues. The Rittenhouse episode may have cost the company thousands of customers, but Hafer believed it also allowed Black Rifle to draw a line in the sand. All right, before I read the rest of this, I just want to say, Kyle, let me just fill you in. If you don't know, Kyle Rittenhouse was wearing a Black Rifle Coffee shirt.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay, so, and if you don't know who Kyle Rittenhouse, you have had your head in the sand. And he...
No, we were just hanging out with John Pierce, who is his attorney, actually. Yeah. He's running for governor, too, in California.
So, and just for the record, I watched all the footage. Okay, dude was getting attacked. Okay, he was legally there, armed, and someone attacked him. They beat him.
Our best thing to say is like, you shouldn't have been there with Band-Aids trying to help people. You know,
they attacked him. They were chasing him down. He was running away.
Look what he was wearing. He was just begging for it.
They beat him with a skateboard, and he turned and shot the guy. He shot another guy who came after him. As far as I'm concerned, it was self-defense. That is my official stance on the matter. So now Black Lives Matter. We'll get to that part. Black Rifle comes out, and they go, we have nothing to do with Kyle Rittenhouse. We don't condone his actions. We're not okay with this.
We did not pay Kyle to wear that shirt.
Right. No, they said that. They basically, they were like, no. Oh, we have nothing to do with that. And it's like, oof. And everyone was like, why? What? You're supposed to like represent America. Like he was exercising his right. They attacked him and he defended himself. And it's pretty clear if you watch the video. The first guy was antagonizing him for a long time. All right. And coming after him and coming at him multiple times in a threatening manner. And then Kyle Rittenhouse goes to leave and the one dude came after him. All right. I've seen the videos. I've seen different views of this video. It's so clear. And then the other videos, it's even more clear. They were chasing him down the street. He was running away from these people. All right, I'm sorry. I'm getting sidetracked on the Kyle Rittenhouse thing because it pisses me off that there's people that are just like, kill the murderer. And it's like, you think that guy's happy that he did that? No, dude, he's a young man and made a decision to defend himself. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked.
So it makes sense to say you didn't like endorse the kid to go shoot somebody wearing your shirt. Okay.
Exactly.
Anything beyond that though is too much. If you're like, just so you know, we didn't like set this up or anything.
They didn't have to say anything.
That would have been smart.
They said something. Why did they even say anything? They didn't even have to make a word. People are like, oh, like they're whatever. They didn't have to say anything. Why did they even say anything? That's it. Anyway,
maybe they thought that Black Rifle Coffee was going to become a hate crime. It takes literally about 6 minutes on 4chan to turn any hashtag into a hate crime.
I mean, the OK symbol is white supremacy now. Dude, it's the OK sign. It's been the OK sign. It still will be the OK sign. They're not going to take that.
I saw a video recently about me on the internet that was saying I'm in the Illuminati and I'm like the worst person and all this stuff. And they're like, look here, where Andreas does this victory sign. Clearly representing his. I was like, wow, like okay, the new hate symbol.
But isn't this like FU in some countries?
In British, yeah, because this is your bow fingers. You're like, right. I still have a bow.
I still got my bow fingers.
Which is I'm for it, yeah. But like
All right, hold on. All right, so we're anyway.
The point is, anything can be a hate symbol. Maybe the T-shirt was going to offend people if they didn't tell people that. Look, oh my gosh.
So cater to the people crying. I don't stop. Like you're running a company, like whatever. It's gonna happen. People
they should have said anything. They shouldn't have made a single move would have been the right move.
All right, so this is so much worse. This is where it takes a turn. All right. He was saying, they drew a line in the sand, like, all right, great, you lost thousands of companies. But then he goes, it's such a repugnant group of people, Hafer said. It's like the worst of American society. And I got to flush the toilet of some of those people that kind of hijacked portions of the brand. Then again, what Hafer insisted was super clear delineation was not too clear for everyone, as Munchel's choice of headgear vividly demonstrated.
That's so much. Why do they need to do that? In other words, they're trying to disavow their immediate fan base completely.
It's not over. Listen to this. The racism and then I'm not going to swear, and they obviously don't have the swears, really pisses me off, Hafer said. I hate racism. Proud, boyish people.
Okay, this makes sense.
Wait a minute. Hold on. The leader of the Proud Boys isn't even
now you're using logic to deal with irrationality. Okay, you're talking.
I know,
about
but that's the way I do things.
Don't do that. Don't do that. It's gonna hurt your brain.
I will not. I will never not be logical. That is how my brain functions.
Okay, well, then use logic in a different way. Figure out how this happened to them.
This guy is saying that it's racist to defend yourself.
No, he's
they're
clearly
saying, they're
irrational.
saying that Kyle Rittenhouse is somehow a racist now, where there's no proof of that. He defended himself.
I don't think they're not thinking that clearly. What's going on is they're seeing on the internet millions of comments because they're a really popular company all of a sudden, and they're not seeing all of them. And then they're actually thinking that they're all the same. So if somebody says, we love your brand and we love what you support, and then another person says, we are racist, they're combining that together, and they're seeing, and the thing is, there are people posting horrible racist things. There are idiots out there. And so when they see a single one of those, anybody doing that, it ruins the punch for everybody. And that's what's going on. They're seeing that and they're thinking that literally that is all of us. And that's the saddest thing because they don't know everybody.
Dude, this guy continues. Like, I'll pay. This is continuing the quote here. Like, I'll pay them to leave my customer base. I would gladly chop all of those people out of my expletive customer database and pay them to get the expletive out. If that was the case, I asked, had Black Rifle, which sells a thin blue line coffee to support the police, consider changing its name of its Beyond Black coffee, a dark roast it's sold for years, to Beyond Black Lives Matter. Surely that would alienate the racist polluting its customer base. And that's where there was a bag that someone edited, a bag of it was Black Rifle coffee with BLM written on the front. Now, it wasn't an actual product. I actually can't find that image. I looked for it. It seems like they were doing a job of scrubbing it.
Now I feel like an idiot because by this point, we've been talking about all this. We could have been like the last year or two, we should have been selling Black Lives Matter coffee. Black Lives Matter blend would have made us a fortune. Think about it. And it would have been, and we could have like donated some of the money to a park in Maryland, All
right. So I couldn't find the image, but people were sharing it all the time. Let me see if this is it right here. Is this it? No, it's not. I'm just looking through the responses to this tweet to see if it's in here because I feel like someone may have posted. I forgot to check maybe like the replies. All right, that's not in there, but that's pretty crazy. All right, for you to go that far into suddenly the people that support Kyle Rittenhouse are all racist and F off. I don't even want your money anyway. It's like, whoa. By the way, Black Rifle Coffee, conservatives tend to be the one with jobs. Tend to be the ones that work hard for a living. All right. I mean,
but what do you do? Because you try to avoid racists too. I do as well. What do we do in order to like keep a place that's open to conservatives and supports veterans and patriots, etc., but also makes it clear where boundaries are? What do you do about that?
I talk about it every day on my show. How much I don't talk about racism that much because I'm so sick of it. I've talked about critical race theory so many times. I'm so over the conversation of people trying to convince me that I need to treat people differently based on their skin color. I will never do that. Look, if you're cool to me, I'm cool to you. That's how it should be, period. As soon as you cross me, as soon as you do something that makes me not trust you anymore, I don't care what your skin color is. I'm not going to trust you anymore. But if you are cool to me, if you make me laugh, if, I want to be a friend, like, it's like anyone could be cool. Anyone can have an interesting life that I could be friends with. It's like, they will never convince me that I need to treat specific people differently because of the color of their skin. And these people are trying to convince me that because I'm white, I inherently treat people differently. Like, no, I almost swore right now. I have to refrain myself because
that's what happened to this guy. That's when I had a conversation with a guy a couple of weeks ago who's like the least initiated into any of this kind of stuff that we talk about and has no idea what's going on. And but at the same time, they're a really good person. And they would be completely on the other side of this, thinking like, like they're making a Black Lives Matters coffee to get rid of people that are full of hate. And it's like, this is the thing, like we have to figure out like how to deal with this because it's true. we want to respect everybody, but not everybody's caught up with us to be able to respect people at a spiritual level of like through the soul, like you. And you're going to have people that are judging people based on the color of their hat, let alone their skin. I mean, we still have that. I mean, that's the thing that's so weird, is that not everyone's on the same level or like at the same path or part of the path.
Yeah. All right. So, it's even crazier too, because through my digging and reading responses and comments and people sharing and whatever, it turns out Black Rifle Coffee has been donating to anti-2A politicians.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're just like,
they are done.
Yeah, I mean, it's like people are like, as soon as they cross these people, they're like, all right, you know what? We're gonna look into you now. And now they're finding all this dirt, and they're like, okay, why are we supporting this again? So I'm gonna take this time to tell everybody that you can easily try some Crigler coffee. All right. It's delicious.
It's definitely better than any other coffee.
And there's one thing about Black Rifle Coffee. You know what they do? They roast it and put it in a bag. And then when you order it, you get one of those bags. You know what Crigler Coffee does? You order it, then they get roasted. We put a sticker on the bag of when your beans were roasted. It will always be after you order it, and then you'll get it. So that's why when it's fresh. Roasted. Those have expiration dates. Mine, I don't have an expiration date. I have a roasted date. You get the date it was roasted because it's fresh. I mean, I didn't even realize it when I tried Black Rifle Coffee, and I was like, oh, it's not bad. It's okay. It's fairly decent coffee. This is obviously before I had a coffee company, because now I only drink that coffee, that Crigler coffee, baby. You know what I'm saying? But I was kind of shocked, and I was like, yeah, that sucks. Like, I wouldn't want that coffee. I don't want to go to the store and buy coffee anymore because I don't know when the beans are roasted, and it makes such a big difference to have fresh roasted beans, and you could tell. In fact, someone actually just posted in my locals, they freeze dried like a 10 pounds of coffee or something, and they put they freeze dried individual baggies so they can keep the beans fresh. And because it's roasted right when you order it, you get them fresh. He freeze dried them, and now they keep. It's pretty cool. So yeah, check out Crigler Coffee if you haven't. Please do. It's delicious. It's what I drink. We also have these awesome mugs with this incredible shield that my mother drew.
Shield of freedom and peace. The Crigler crest.
I got a new shield coming soon that she's designing for me. I'm pretty excited about it. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. We're going to get into super chats now. Andreas, by the way, it's great to see you, my friend.
Dude, it's been so good. Thanks so much for having me. Like, let's definitely look into this like subterranean thing soon.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to join me on my show more often? You like?
Oh man, anytime. You can always grab me.
All right.
I'm always happy to do this. This is a lot of fun.
All right, let's do this. All right, we got first and foremost, Robert Wiles. Have a blessed day and blessed life doing what you love, and thanks for all you do for us, Adam and chat. Thank you. Robert Shaw says, congrats, Bezies. Robert Shaw says, does Robert Wiles have a Bible as a phone cover? Maybe. Robert Shaw says, so the council workers here can do groundskeeping, but businesses that do that work can't. LMAO, I think I'm in Biden's world where nothing makes sense. That sucks. Mark G says, good guest yesterday. 0 out of 10 would report the CCP authorities. Thank you. You want to know something crazy, actually? So I had this amazing guest. Her name is Lily. She lived in China under Mao, the Cultural Revolution. She saw it. She lived it. She was brainwashed. She realized she was brainwashed. She came to America. She realized how free it is. Now she's seeing the same exact Marxist, Maoist, communist things just take over. Yuri Bezmenov is right.
Same playbook.
She's
same
like,
exact moves.
how are people? I don't want to lose
because they don't have. We haven't seen it. Everybody watch this movie, My Blue Kite. My Blue Kite is a movie made. It was made in the guy who made it has been banned from China. He was from China. It was all about how he grew up in Maoist China. He's been living in hiding. Everyone everyone's like who knows him or blacklisted in China. Like My Blue Kite, it's all about his childhood in China and like what happened.
You should watch my show from yesterday, man. It's
yeah, I'm definitely gonna. Yeah,
and for those who missed yesterday's show, please go watch it and share it. I share my videos in general, but honestly, that
super important.
That one really needs to be heard. Like people need to hear what she went through and the similarities and the parallels that she saw with what she went through and what's going on right now in America. It is just
crazy.
It's crazy. So please share it. Please check it out. So I wake up today and I find I get a notification from YouTube that they deleted one of my videos. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Again?
Did I get another strike? And I'm like, I run to my computer. I'm like, did I just get a strike for yesterday's video? No, they deleted a video, episode 88. 88. I'm on 200. What is it? 208 now? This is episode 208. They went all the way back and they must be digging through my videos. Of
course. Because
88, they went all the way back and deleted that and said, well, you might not have known that it broke any rules, probably because it was a long time ago. So we just, we just deleted it. All right. So it was deleted from my YouTube channel, but that's okay because thanks to Odyssey. Seriously, Odyssey has all of my videos. So you can go all the way back. Like everything is on here. All of my videos.
Dude,
so if you want to go check it out yourself, you can go just type Crigler Show, go to go episode 88, and you can see it and hear what I'm talking about. And I honestly, I was kind of shocked. Like I even checked it out myself. I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, what was the problem with 88?
But they didn't give me a strike. But it's really interesting. The day after, I have someone who escaped the CCP. We basically spent the entire episode talking about how terrible the communism is. We got Cuba. They're trying to say they're angry about not getting enough vaccines. It's just like, what? No, they're angry about communism. Like, what? No, they can't stand the regime that has held them under their thumb for 57 years. Like, get out of here. You're trying to convince the world of something that's not. CCP, like, they're communists. They're not even communists anymore. They're fascists. All right. So the parallels that's happening here, like, but all of a sudden I wake up and I get something deleted. I'm like, oh my gosh, like what a surprise. They're now maybe sifting through my channel more to maybe give me those final 2 strikes and X me off the platform. So it's more important than ever that you please follow me on my other platforms. Odyssey is one of those platforms. You actually know the guys over at Odyssey, right?
Fun fact, if you type MK Ultra into Odyssey, I'm the first video that comes up.
Are you? Interesting.
My 5-hour MK Ultra special is definitely worth watching.
All right. It's a 5-hour episode.
Yeah, it's all the Freedom of Information Act, FOIA testimonies of people and what happened to them and like it's Pepsi commercials. It's
interesting. Let's see here. Mark Robert Shaw says death tax is scum on Earth stuff. That's true. I don't like that death tax stuff, dude. That's pretty messed up.
Stop taxing
you died,
people.
So the government gets half your stuff, a big chunk of your stuff. It's like, what?
Well, the whole point here is to get off the money and start using things that can't be taxed. Like, obviously,
like growing your own food in your backyard.
Yeah, or like favors and cryptocurrencies, like different kinds in the future will be
true. Mark G says, buy Crigler coffee or you'll disappoint your mama by buying inferior coffee blends.
It's true. People really like, even if you don't love to drink coffee all the time, if you have really good coffee, it helps. There's a lot of other people, everyone you know loves great coffee.
I mean, who doesn't love good coffee? Right?
Your Mormon friends, but even them secretly, I think.
Robert Shaw says, if you don't buy Crigler coffee, you ain't black.
Oh, interesting.
Obviously, it's a joke. Okay. Wow, there's a bunch of super chats that disappeared. Give me a second. I gotta go.
If you put cream in your coffee, it ain't black.
I gotta go find them. Hold on a second. I gotta do some digging. Robert Shaw says, no guitar, no peace. Mark, I have my guitar here, but I can't play guitar.
The sound might be weird in there.
No, it sounds pretty good, I think. Actually,
what?
I don't know. No, actually, check this out. I got this awesome This is my mic that I use.
No, you got the H6 or is that the H4?
This is the H5.
Nice.
So this
Dude,
is
the zooms
this is
are the best.
yeah, this is Nisra's. So it's really good as far as
That's
mic
my favorite.
quality.
I'm about
so
to get one.
are you?
That's the best
Nice.
one. Yeah.
Nice. Mark G says Xirtus Day has returned. It's funny you raised your hand. You like did this like thing as I said that. Totally unintentional, I know, but it was awesome. This is the Xirtus show now. Praise Xirtus.
Well, it's a Crigler Xirtus.
Crigzertless.
It's a Bennifer kind of thing, you know?
Robert Shaw says, Xirtus, get your hollow planet. I claimed this one.
Fair enough.
Get your own.
So in other words, you own Telos and Agartha and the Underground Hollow Realms. That's pretty based. Good for you.
Sejong says, oh, SHIT, the legendary show incoming. Happy to see you and Adam, and Xirtus. Let's rock out with our socks out. Hey, chat. Also, Adam, roll me a smoking 7. I haven't rolled it. And I missed it. I missed the chance to have Lily both say smash the like button. That's shame on me, and have her roll the die. I roll the die. Unfortunately, it is not a 7, but you know the deal, chat. Good luck. Have fun. All right. Mr. Squiggle says, I didn't know Andreas was in Sweden too. Oh, he is actually in that place I used to live in. The Cast Castle.
I'm in between the Hollow Earth and back again.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at you. I'm just very happy I don't live there anymore. Mark G says, there's no competition. Crigler coffee is better than Black Rifle coffee.
That's what, well, it's like Larry David Spike coffee. I think you just went full Spike coffee. That's good.
All right. Mark G says, get out here, monkey. A no cheeky breaky. Wait, what? I don't even know what that means, but okay.
I feel like you gotta get out there, monkey.
Yeah.
Monkey round.
You gotta get out there, man. Robert Shaw says, Adam, you would get a lot of followers if you just apologize for your whiteness and you denounce Trump the most racist.
Dude, and by the way, I'm so sorry for
psych. Sorry, I just had to finish that super chat. What were we saying? You're so sorry.
I'm so sorry for my race and for Donald Trump. Vote for me. Like, is that the line?
I'm never gonna apologize for being me.
My bad. Like, what if you went around? Like, what if that's how you said hello? Hi, I'm white. My bad. Like, that'd be like your
Captain Murphy in chat just said, I prefer unfair trade coffee. Do you offer that? No, unfortunately, I only have fair trade coffee. Everyone who works for my beans gets paid legitly. Diz GT says, here's my Crigler coffee merchandising pitch. Get woke, go broke blend, and the logo will be an AR with a clown nose on it. All right, I like the AR with the clown nose. That's
that does
kind of funny.
Cute.
Get woke, go broke blend. I also really like, but if I'm gonna have a new blend, I have a good amount of blends. I think I want to do like a really nice dark roast soon. I have an espresso blend and the gamers blend is those are both dark roasts, but I might do like a really dark roast soon. And I'm gonna name that one after chat because I just love the chat. You guys know, love you guys. You guys are the best
people ever.
Sejong says, I mean, no helmets? Sure, why not? They're not going into orbit or anything. They're going up for a minute and coming down. If they die, they die. Well, that's a little brutal at the end there, but I mean, they weren't really going into space, though. Let's be honest. They were just going right to the point where they feel weightlessness and then coming back down.
The Kármán point, right?
Nope. They made it a point to go past the Kármán line because that's what Virgin Galactic did. Robert Shaw says, why do they need helmets? They have money. You honestly believe that was the real Bezos? Yeah, definitely. I think Bezos went to space. Come on.
Could he use a clone and just like 5G himself in?
Robert Shaw just said, congrats for Bezos. Just today, no Fs. Wow. And I said it for you. Robert Shaw says, I be ripping them goes higher than that all the time. All right. Mark G says F Bezos. I chat, I know the above the Kármán line is space. I know. I just messing around. My goodness.
The moon's in our atmosphere, so it is what it is.
Sejong says the Kármán line is where the atmosphere ends and space begins. It's still in the thermosphere. The Van Allen radiation belt is well on the bottom of the moon. All right, so I don't know if they would have reached the radiation belt then, but I was just playing around about the Kármán line, guys. Look, Sejong actually posted this a long time ago, but look, I know that they did actually go to space. I'm just playing around. Anyway, Robert Shaw says, at least he's honest about it. Honest Bezos. All right. The one day I don't F Bezos, Adam does it instead. It's true. I already did it for you, man. You super chat me literally every show, F Bezos, and I'm talking about Bezos, right? Anyway. Robert Shaw again says, when I start my space company, Adam will fly. Thank you. Samantha Carter is my favorite astronaut. 10 out of 10. Right on. Sectus Gaming says, Xirtus on the Crigler Show. Didn't realize guests were a go again. Sending some love. Add another 69. That's 15 now. Dang. All right. You know my 100-sided dice? I don't have it with me, but when I do have it, I owe him 15 rolls. And I just realized I didn't actually declare a winner for when I rolled the die earlier. Oh my goodness.
Meanwhile, LEVLF is the low Earth, very low frequency belt, which is not the same as the one at the moon. There's actually like a second one between the plasma. There's like a thermosphere, the plasmasphere, and then it goes back into VLF.
Mark Robershaw. Wow. Mark Robershaw with the win. It's 15.
Mark's done this before.
Dude. Congratulations, Mr. Robershaw. Heyo, man, that's awesome. Have you won the dice game before?
I feel like you have. Tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like
I don't know. Robershaw, have you won the dice game before? I don't know. I'm not. I don't remember everyone who wins the dice game. I've done so many of them, but I don't know if Robershaw's won before. So yeah, congratulations, Robershaw. You won absolutely nothing. Don't spend it all. It is the first time. I thought so. Congratulations. Spend it maybe on a super chat, right? You see what I did there? Anyway, congratulations, sir. Thank you for all your support. Robert Weil says, you remember the space shuttle that blew up over Texas on February 1st between 2008 and 2012? Don't remember the year, but it was on my birthday. Oh, that sucks. I do remember that. It was really sad. Robert Shaw says, we have a non-binary star. We are bigots. Okay.
Fair point made.
All right. Yeah.
We also have the Sirius A and B, and they're kind of like, you know.
I'm sure to someone somewhere we're bigots because we have a binary star.
I mean, if you think about it, isn't like the zodiac astrology just like Sumerian space racism? Spacism?
Yep. Nailed it. Mark G says, remember that astronaut love triangle murder case? No.
Yes. Yeah, I do. With the girl,
what is it?
She drove to Florida with an astronaut diaper on. I feel like that's the story. Yeah, astronauts get pretty wild and crazy, man.
All right. Let's see. Allison C says, want a real wild story? Check out Minnesota State Rep John Thompson. Can't afford enough characters for everything that's still coming out with him. Yikes. I don't know what's up with this guy. I saw someone posting about him. He was acting really creepy going into the courtroom. That's all I saw. I don't really know much about what's going on with him, but I will check it out. Interesting. Robert Shaw says, Robert had a free fireworks show for his birthday. Oh, that's cool. Again, says, Earth's atmosphere reaches the moon. It's crazy.
It goes beyond it. The moon's within
the thermosphere. Not the atmosphere.
Well, it's an extension of the atmosphere. The moon is within our atmosphere, theoretically, according to NASA.
Wow. It is attached to it. Fantastic Mr. Knox says, to the moon! There was a lot of O's. I felt like it needed, a good, solid, anyway. Watching the movie Gravity, yeah, have fun in space. I mean, I really wanted to like that movie. Have you seen Gravity? Did you see that movie?
I don't think
Sandra Bullock and a tiny bit of George Clooney.
No, then do it.
I really wanted to like it. Some of the visuals were cool, but it just was really bad.
How about Solaris, like the 70s one? Go back and watch that.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Did you see Love, made by the Blink-182 guy? Watch Love.
I don't know.
That one's crazy. New? It's 2011, and it's like a guy gets stuck in a spaceship for like a year. You gotta see it. It's good.
Robert Shaw says Larry is elder, would prefer a Necron, but okay. Wait, what? Larry is an elder, but I don't even know what that means. Versified says Larry Elder as governor we need, but he's being intentionally left out. Mainstream media. Yeah, exactly. Crigler coffee, not bending the knee like Black Rifle. That's right. Fantastic Mr. Knox says, for California to block Larry Elder to be on the ballot, they must be afraid of a free-thinking African-American.
Of course.
Jenner, however, seems to be a rhino. I agree with that statement. For sure she does. Versified, again, says, also, it's great to see the mini Cast Castle reunion. Hey, Andreas. Also, how are you permanently staying in Europe, Adam, or are you coming back? That is a question revealing where I'm living, and I'm not telling anybody. Mark G says, Xirtus decrees that you smash that like button. Say it.
I decree it. Or
no,
else.
Do some like crazy visual.
I decree that you smash that like button.
Do some
smash
crazy
the like button. Smash
do
it.
Some,
smash.
Dude,
smash all the like. Smash it.
What are you waiting for?
Oh, you mean like...
Yeah, do the trippy stuff.
Funny. Oh, smash the like button. Smash the like button. Become one with the like button. You can smash the like button. And then if you smash the like button, do you know what will happen? Every one of your dreams will come true.
What is happening right there? This dude. Oh my goodness.
You've now smashed the like button. There's no escaping. You are now inside the like button.
All right. Xirtus is now the living personification of DMT.
This is pretty great. I like that you can smash the like button. If you keep smashing the like button, I'll keep doing this.
Do I need to fix my glasses or no? That's yeah. Oh, there you are. All right. Let's bring it back to normal because that's pretty trippy now. Well, that looked like there was some sort of like chimney behind you, fireplace or something.
There's some great stuff you can do with technology.
That one was kind of trippy.
The Pixel or which one? Crystallized?
I don't know. The crystallized.
Yeah,
looking like a kaleidoscope or something.
Probably. What can I do with this? Can you? Yeah.
All right. Robert Shaw says, "Wait, Larry is a dark elder. Oh no wonder they hate him." Okay. Sejong says Larry Elder literally would un-F this state, and they can't have that happen. It's been run by 5 families for over a centuries. 5. Yeah, exactly, dude. The freaking Pelosi family. Who else is it? The Browns. I know the Pelosi family because he's her nephew or something. Like this guy has a.
This is what I think. This is what the Pelosi's make me feel like.
All right, if I could do that right now, I would too. Because that's
how the Pelosi's are. They're just like they're constantly like folding in and out of each other to make like one weird look. This is what the reptilian Pelosi shapeshifters. We're learning so much.
All right. Well, this is fun. All right.
Sorry.
Stajon continues, says, we need state electoral colleges. Yes. I love this idea. I don't know if people know what this means. If you know the electoral college and how it works, it's basically just on a state level. And I think it is an incredible idea because they're basically democracies and we're not a democracy. That's why East Oregon hates like the coast because they're not represented. It's just all these terrible blue policies coming out of Portland, and same with Washington, same with California too. All these like the red, all the inside of the country. You know,
I think we're just trying to mitigate like the effects of democracy when we need to just stop drinking it. You know what I mean? Just get rid of the whole thing. We should.
They keep saying democracy. It's like we're not a democracy. We're a constitutional republic. Come on.
Like, why would we want random people making decisions when we can get robots to do that kind of thing or something? I mean, the whole idea.
No.
Well, okay, but your idea of representative
we the people.
For the state seems like a good way to lose some votes.
We the people, man.
I'm scared of the vote losses in this. Yeah.
Well, we need to get that in control, don't we? I agree with that. Urban center cities shouldn't be allowed to dominate state elections for heads of gubernatorial races for the people. Thank you, Sejong. I agree 100%. Mark Robershaw says, Adam getting buzzed off his own supply. I haven't gotten Crigler Chronic up and running yet, or Crigler and Crigler Whiskey up and running yet. So until that holds true, I'm going to have to wait. Francisco says, you need to source coffee from Honduras from Marcala department. Okay, yeah, I'll look into it. Mark G says, are your whites no longer bright or too bright? Is the contrast off? Then buy a Crigler coffee mug. Guaranteed to make whites perfect. Ding!
It's pretty tinted on the inside.
Yeah, because I drink coffee out of it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I haven't cleaned it since I drank coffee out of it this morning. There's going to be a new color mug coming soon. I'm not going to reveal what.
Oh, man. Okay. Now I have to.
Mark Robershaw says they drew a line in the sand, all right. Yeah. Sebastian Monroe says, don't get woke. Become awake with Crigler Coffee. Sebastian, if you're going to do a Crigler Coffee ad, just do CCAD, and I'll know that it's a Crigler Coffee ad, and I'll read it in my Crigler Coffee voice. Don't get woke. Become awake with Crigler Coffee. There we go. That felt better. Robert Shaw says, sweet. We should all email Black Rifle Coffee to get paid. Yeah. He did say that he would rather pay people to not buy his coffee if they support Kyle Rittenhouse, or what, if they're racist, or
he's literally not the guy who started this company, right? This is like an anti-capitalist. It's crazy.
Dude, doesn't make any sense. Sebastian says, going back on Rittenhouse, ultimately, people I know would rather the gas station exploded from burning dumpsters than Rittenhouse stop it. WTF. I don't know, man. These people are. That's what it feels like. Fish Food says Black Rifle Coffee has been donating to anti-Second Amendment politicians for years and supporting a lot of Democrats. Also, one of the main guys is a trophy hunter. Is a trophy bear hunter.
So he's killing endangered species, and they're using a honeypot to get the money about people. This is like the anti-Stalin club Stalin started, so he could kill anti-Stalinists.
No, they're grifting off the people that make money. That's what it is. They're grifting off conservatives, which tend to be the people that work hard for the money and earn it. Sad. Christy says, Tartaria. I love when Andreas is on. Love you too, Adam. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Chris.
We do need a recap on that deep dive, because we were supposed to do a deep dive on Tartaria.
Let's go for it. I'm for it.
Bro, we'll talk about it.
All right.
Robert Shaw says, I plug Crigler Coffee on other streams. Thank you, Robert Shaw. That's awesome. I appreciate that a lot. Man, you are awesome. Mr. Paul R says, please distinguish between Black Rifle Coffee and Blackout Coffee, two different companies. People have been trashing Blackout Coffee pro USA. I have never even heard Blackout Coffee, but that is a shame that they're being wrapped up with the Black Rifle Coffee.
Maybe they shouldn't have had such a similar name. It's like a trademark issue they should worry about.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I'm ever going to have that issue. Crigler Coffee.
Yeah.
You know? Jake Dog says, I only wants my beans roasted by Mrs. Criggles. Okay, Jake. Thanks, Jake Dog. And you'll be happy to know, Jake Dog, next Wednesday, Savannah rejoins the Crigler Show.
Yes.
Very excited to have her back on the show. Robert Shaw says, I'm a tea drinker because of my Scottish nan. Oh, that's cute. Sebastian says, I'm looking to buy my first bag of coffee. Tips. I prefer the Catalyst blend. I really like the Catalyst blend. But hold on, let me just bring up this window so I can actually show you guys. So I really like the Catalyst blend. We got a lot. The Gamers blend tends to be a little stronger. Kofifi blend is just a little different. This is kind of I don't actually like this blend myself, but it's kind of like a I don't know how do I describe it. It's like drinking an alcohol you don't like. It's like I can't stand gin, but some people love gin. This is a kind of coffee. It's very distinct flavor, but it's not this Xirtus. I'm not a big fan of. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but the Commodore's Reserve is definitely the one that I'm going to suggest because it support 10% of all sales of this coffee are donated to 22 Until None, and it's a nonprofit dedicated to the wellness of our veterans. 22 veterans a day commit suicide. This is something that my brother told me about. He was a Marine for the past 6 years. He actually just got out of the Marine Corps. I'm super proud of him for his service. He has a actually, I can show you guys his tattoo because on my coffee company, we are on my coffee Instagram. This is actually him holding a bag of the Commodore's Reserve, and that's the tattoo. Nice. Him wearing his his Marine uniform. Super proud of my brother.
Miss that boy. Such a good guy.
You met him. You hung out
several times. He came up to help in a pinch when you needed him to figure what it was about, but he just drove up. He's a great guy.
Yeah, great guy.
Nice. Cool guy too.
Love my brother. And 22 Until None. So the Commodore's Reserve it's kind of a play off of my gaming moniker. I'm Commodore Crigler. That's my Twitch name. If you want to follow me on Twitch, it's Commodore Crigler. And it just kind of it's fitting. Commodore's Reserve. It's kind of feels a little like the military. I don't know, Sea of Thieves. But it's cool. It
are what you eat. You want to get some Commodore Crigler energy. You're gonna get the coffee that he drinks,
and it's delicious. It's basically a little bolder than the Catalyst blend, and it uses a bourbon bean. It's not soaked in bourbon or anything. It's just the way that they call it. So it's kind of cool that it's my special reserve. It's really good. It's actually what I've been drinking here. I brought with me a bag of Commodore's Reserve while I'm out here. So. Because I had to bring some coffee while I was out here, right?
This guy with his little bags of coffee in his jacket. It's this is actually the stuff I use, man.
I'm not gonna not have good coffee.
This is the good coffee.
Oh, I had a super chat jump. Give me a second while I find out where we were. There it is. Mavis says my husband had a Black Rifle coffee sub, and we've been getting through that after I was going to get your coffee anyways. Now I don't feel bad not supporting Black Rifle coffee. Well, thank you for that. You can actually get a subscription with my coffee company, and you save some money. So you actually save a nice little chunk by getting a subscription. So thank you. Mavis says Facebook is doing the same thing, removing old stuff. I got on today, and they removed a post from a year ago. Dang, really? Oh, man, they are really cracking down, and it is frightening. It just makes me think of the conversation I had last night with Lily, talking about the similarities between Mao and, controlling thought. And that's what they're doing. You're not even allowed to have your own thoughts. It feels that way anyway. Sejong says, Blue Origin launched this morning. Billionaire attempts to F outer space. Crush it for Crigler, spin it, strum it, ding it, roll it. 13 for the win. It is not 13, but it's in between two numbers, so I got to re-roll it. It keeps doing that. Hold on. Okay. Unfortunately, it's not 13. Good luck. Have fun. I promise I'll look at the numbers this time. Ty Scott says, smash that like button. Gothenburg, boys. Let's go. Right on. What's up, Gothenburg? I'm actually kind of close. I'm in Skumislav right now. So I'm not far from Gothenburg. Let's see. All right, we got the numbers rolling in. You want to take a guess?
Can I have okay, 7?
Nope, it's not 7.
Okay.
You lose. Actually, no, you just don't win. All right, we got the numbers. No one's guessed it. Sebastian Monroe had a couple super chats, came in hot with a 16. Congratulations. You won absolutely nothing. Enjoy it while it lasts. Never lasts. Nothing never lasts. Sejong says, oh, I just read that one. GD Superfan says, Andreas, Amarillo, Texas has a free 72-ounce steak if you can eat it in an hour. It has your name on it.
I could do it, but
you do love steak. I know you do. I'm not going to tell everybody why I know that, but I know it. Sweet Lou says, every video other YouTubers put up about Black Rifle, I post comments to buy Crigler coffee. Well, Crigler is spelled with the C, so hopefully you use the C instead of the K. But thank you for throwing out my coffee company. I appreciate that. All right, let's see. Mark Robershaw says, you're welcome to visit anytime, Xirtus. He's down in Australia, if you don't know that.
Awesome. I'd love to, actually. Is it legal to leave and go to Australia? I forget what the...
Probably not.
As soon as like the war is over or really deep in, then we'll be hanging out.
Yeah.
We'll be surfing, I hope, or are you in the Northern Territory? I doubt that, right? Well, let me know where you're at. And like,
does anybody live in the Northern Territory?
I keep on the internet, man. Anybody can be from any place. You never know. But like, he's probably in a place I can go surfing, and that'd be awesome. If not,
yeah, that's true. Wow, another super chat jump. My goodness. Robert Shaw again says it's Todd Howard saying "I'm sorry" meme. Oh, okay, interesting. Michael River says, "I like your name, Michael River. It's got a good flow to it." Adam, check MSCI socially responsible investigating SRI index. Big investor like mutual funds are guided by this. Simply, BRCC is preparing for IPO. Interesting. Okay. Mark G says, I demand a reroll. No one demands rerolls from me. Even you, Mark G. Even you. All right, I'll do it. But I did it because I want to. Let's see. Sejong says, seeing the Earth from space tends to change people. Wonder if Bezos will go from being a globalist POS to being a more humanist, even less liberal. That would be nice. Do you want to take another guess, Andreas?
15.
It's not 15. Nope. Sorry. Good luck. Have fun, everyone. All right. Let's see. I got the numbers rolling in. No one's guessed it. Let's see. Where are we? Mr. Squiggle says we need an audit the dice roll. How
do we know he's telling the truth, right? Yeah.
Maybe I need like a dice cam. Honestly, I'm gonna have a dice cam. I'm gonna do it.
Pantry guessed 420. I'm pretty sure that's above what the dice can roll.
Chris Holmes, it is 2. Congratulations, it's 2.
Wow,
you won absolutely nothing. Don't spend it all in the same place. Really, save up for something nice. Mark Robershaw says, F the haters. I win it all. Gimme. No, you win nothing. You win all of the nothing. Adam does know that 40K It's a sad day. Sad day. I don't know anything about 40K.
Warhammer 40K?
I mean, I know that it's Warhammer, but that's the extent of what I know about it. Doesn't know F phone keyboard. Adam doesn't know 40K. It's a sad day. Oh, yeah, you're right. I don't know. I know it means it's Warhammer, but that's the extent of my knowledge.
I've 3D printed some characters from it, but I haven't really gotten deep into it.
I know nothing.
Looks cool.
I know nothing, Adam Snow. Mark G says, turn off that mosaic, Xirtus. This is a family show. No, it's fine. I told him he can do it. Robert Shaw says, I'm a hypocrite. F Bezos. I can't deny my nature. That simple note says, I'm on a drug. It's called Andrew Xirtus.
Nice. Well, I'd rather you be on Andreas than on. Yeah, it's true. Also, I mean, it's a root word, so the Council of Andrews, by the way, if your name is Andrew, Andreas, Andrea, go to the Council of Andrews. We have scholarships now for anybody with that kind of name. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Mavis says, if each country of a state got one vote, then every single state would be red. New York is pretty red, except for the bigger cities. It's pretty crazy, I know. Fantastic Mr. Knox says, Black Rifle Coffee will get their get woke, go broke moment. It's going to hurt them. It makes sense to just stay silent. Yeah, they should have just stayed silent, but they had to speak up because clearly they're liberals at heart.
Well, yeah, I mean, now I'm glad they did because we know about the 2A lawyer. I mean, they're financing leftist politicians that are anti-gun. That's terrible. Need to see that. Stop it.
Yeah, it's like, hello, that's not at all what you portray yourself. Oh, my mom guessed too, but she didn't guess it first, did she? She didn't guess it first. Sorry, it's first come, first serve, Mom. Even still, look, I'm not gonna. Look, I play the rules.
Just share whatever's left to win, right?
Look, I love you, Mom, but you guessed too late. She's okay with it, though. She's all right with it, all right? That's how I roll, All right, I'm brutal, but I play by the rules.
Fair.
We play by the rules on the show. Let's see. Richard Lyon says, "How about a Kyle Rittenhouse blend of coffee with some of the proceeds going to?" You keep saying Carl, but it's Kyle.
Kyle Rittenhouse blend. Not blend.
I mean, I can't just keep coming out with blends, but I am going to do a blend soon for the chat. I think it's going to be a dark roast. Mark G says, "We need the Crigler Coffee sales number before and after the whole Black Rifle Coffee Company moment." It's funny. I did have a really big day the other day. So it was pretty cool. I honestly, I didn't even know what was happening. People on Twitter were just talking about my coffee company and sharing it because they were like, Adam's an American. He's a proud American, and is backs 2A. All of these are true. Kyle Schmidt says, "Andreas, the samurai pilgrim from the future." Hold on, I gotta add something. That was the super chat, but I'm gonna insert some real quick. Andreas, the samurai hippo pilgrim.
Yeah, there we go.
From the future.
Have you seen hippos?
You see your emote in the Discord, right?
Yeah, I don't want to do it again. Almost got me.
It's good. Oh, I mean, you did it good on that day. It was great.
It's pretty brutal. It's pretty great. I'm glad it exists forever now, but it's a good lesson for us all.
This is funny. Vash 1985 says, "How did you eat 10 steaks, bro?" I've never said anything. I don't know how this person knows this information.
The trick is to eat a lot sometimes and eat nothing other times, and then when you're not going to eat for a while, you eat a lot really quickly. So you have an ability to expand your gut, and if you don't eat for a day and you drink a bunch of water, you're ready to win a food contest. Plus, dude, I guess the real short answer is the Chinese mafia and all of their all-you-can-eat buffets around the world. You go in there at 12 and you leave at 5 p.m. and you just eat all day. That's what you do.
Spring a computer and just work.
Yeah, and just work and you just one day, just do that one day a week, and that's enough food.
Yep. Robert Shaw says, "First time I even played the dice game." Wow. Well, congrats. That's dope. Ty Scott says, "Andreas ate 11 steaks allegedly." Oh.
Well, I mean,
which one was it?
There's always more meat around, apparently there's
wait, what?
Well, there's more. You've seen Cast Castle, maybe. I don't know if you've not, but on Cast Castle, that now they just try to make me eat food. That's kind of what Tim wants to just he's a.
You think? Hold on, I'm sorry. You think I watch anything?
No,
from that house?
Yeah, that's fair.
You're wrong.
It's basically just me eating food. So it's
seriously,
dude said.
I don't miss that place at all.
Sliced a bunch of meat with some ham,
Robert Shaw says, "The Council of Marks will rule over the world." Okay.
Yeah, marks are important, but let me see your scholarship plan. That's all I'm saying.
Sejong says,
Andrews.
Oh, Council of Andrews. Yeah. Sejong says, so you're a member of the COA, Xirtus.
See, they know about this. This is a big deal.
We are pretty large, no lie. Any Andrews, Andres, or any whose name come from the Greek root are welcome. The Council of Andrews represent.
It's super important. Represent, dude. Good. Andrew, hit me up afterwards, man. Let's go get a beer.
It's funny. Eden says, "Adam, you would make the greatest D&D stream with the great people you attract. Consider it for a game stream sometime." I actually am missing out, sadly, on an epic D&D. I was supposed to be part of it, but then I moved out and I came to Sweden for vacation, and unfortunately the times wouldn't line up for me to join this D&D thing that's happening literally right now. Not right now at this moment, but they started last week and they had a couple meetups already, and it's kind of sad that I'm missing out on it. I love D&D. It's so much fun. So Robert Shaw says, "F Bezos." I see you over there, Robert Shaw. Macklin says, "Today has been a good birthday. Glad was finally able to catch you live. First super chat ever. And it's your birthday. I don't normally do this, but I'm spinning the UFO for you." Spamming the UFO right now, spinning it like it's hot. I have a new member, but I don't see where. I feel like I missed a large chunk of super chats. So I'm going to go back. Robert Shaw says, Andrews will fall to the marks. It's wah.
Marxists are really problematic in the world. Culturally, Marxism has always been.
Okay, I have to find this. Someone became a member, and I don't see where. Oh, you know what? It doesn't show me. All right, so for some reason, YouTube deleted a lot of my super chats, and I had to go back and check it in the other spot. But in that other spot, it doesn't show me the members. So I don't know who became a member. Whoever it is, I know you're out there, and if you're not out there and you left, thank you for becoming a member. I don't know. I don't even know how to check members. Memberships. Let me see if it shows me like someone who just became a member. There it is. I found it. All right. Down forward punch. Down forward punch. Hoyuken. I know it. A down forward punch, thank you for becoming a member. I really do appreciate that support. Everyone who is a member, spin the UFO in chat. If you are a member, you can actually use the actual UFO. This is legitimately Newport. All right. I don't know if you know this. Newport is the name of
Newport
UFO.
Made it all the way over there to Sweden.
Nope. I don't have him here.
Oh, yeah. Where's Newport?
He's being shipped to my house.
Oh, okay. So how are you spinning Newport?
In chat, I have the actual
okay.
emoji.
So you're like, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm spinning it in chat right now. I don't know if you can see. You can't see chat. But,
I can't. But I can imagine. I understand. I know what it would look like.
Mark G says, Marxists of the world unite, not Marxist. So it's with a K, not an X.
You know what? So you're just saying it's not been Marxism before. Okay,
yeah,
I got it.
Yeah, exactly.
No one's ever actually tried Marxism. Okay.
Or Marxism, yeah. Or Andrewism. I don't know if that's a thing either.
No, the Druids have been long since running the world. Druids have always been running the world. That's the thing about the Druids.
All right, everybody. Thank you all for joining. Andreas, great to see you. We'll have to have you on again. Good luck with your... I don't know if you're allowed to...
I'll be gone tomorrow morning for 3 days, so it's all... It's gonna be fun.
Can you talk about it? Are you allowed to tell people?
It'll be... We'll just give it some time. It'll be...
Okay.
But did you guys like Andy Kaufman? Because it's gonna be wild and exciting. Surprise.
All right, he's doing something fun and interesting. That's all I'm going to say. So thanks for joining in. Thank you, everybody. You guys have a wonderful night. I will see you all tomorrow here on the Crigler Show. Good night, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Peace.